This program will compute the z-transform of these following inputs. First, let's select one of the inputs. Let's try b raised to n, and then we will give the value for our b. There is also a chart here for the correct z-transform, and push the button to get the output. So the top part will display the typeset mathematical, and the bottom part will just display the output. This is to avoid confusion because later on, if there are exponents in the typeset, it will cause some confusion. And next is the n for the z-transform is this. Like this is z minus 1 quantity squared. As can be seen at the bottom, it is raised to 2, but the exponent is somehow misplaced in this output. Next is the n raised to 2. This is the z-transform, which is the same from the table. Next is the sign an, and we will set a value for our a, let's say 5. See, this is very hard to distinguish from each other, and the 2 here is again misplaced because this should be z raised to the second power. This should be in z squared. The 2 here is somehow misplaced. This is a bit different from the table, similar to this, because the program already simplifies the output. Next is the cosine. The a value is again 5. So this is the z-transform, and for the b raised to n cosine an, this is the simplified form, which is different from the table. And let's go to the callback of the program. So for the callbacks, the only that have the callbacks are the slider, the 2 sliders, and the push button. So they have the same callback for the 2 sliders. They just have different tags. For this slider, the tag is the slider num for the slider button, and the b value for the static text. And for the second, the tag is slider num2 and a value for the static text. For the push button callback, this A1 to A7 represents this radio button, these variables will get the value of the radio button, and also the b value and a value variable will also get the handles for the static text. Now if a is equal to 1 and a here is the radio 1, so that means the b raised to n. So if it is selected, it will get the z transform of a, and the a here is the b value raised to n, and simply put this to character. C equals to the character of b, and the out string is for the typeset output. So that's why I have two outputs for the outset out string as the typeset, and the C for the character. So this is the C and this is the out string. So this is just the same for other inputs. It's just that they differ in the value for the b variable, for the a variable. So a2 is equals to 1, that is the radio 2, or the input n. This is the input n, and again it will get the z transform of a, and codes are just the same for the others. In a3, that is the n raised to 2, the a here is now n raised to 2, and they will just copy the other codes from above. For a4, that is the sine a value times n. a5, that is the b raised to n sine a n. For a6, that is the cosine a n. And for a7 is b raised to n times cosine a n. And that is just the callback for this program.